Hi, I'm Hermine Hartman with Indigo Studio. Today, we're going to talk about presidential politics 2024. What happened? What just happened? We've made history with this election. We saw two conflicting candidates. We saw the demise of a political party. We've seen the dark and the light of America. We've seen one candidate run on progress and moving forward. And then we saw another candidate run on regression and oppression, and guess who won? We saw the most extended candidate ever running, and we have seen another candidate absolutely upset the political apple cart with the shortest run, making history every step of the way. So today we want to talk about it. We want to reflect, we want to analyze, we want to think out loud. And we have with us Representative LaShawn Ford. We have Reverend Jeanette Wilson. She is the Executive Director of Push Excel. We have the Emeritus Professor, Mr. Bob Stark. And then we have talk show host from WVON, Mr. Atiba Buchanan.
Indigo Studio.
Welcome all, and here we go. I know your program was hot on Wednesday, November 6th. Mr. Buchanan, tell us what the conversation is. Tell us what happened.
It's been hot all week. It did not let up Thursday. I'm assuming it's not letting up today. But absolutely everyone, and that's the beautiful thing. The engagement with our listeners, with our callers was extremely high. On Wednesday, we kind of had an autopsy of what happened.
An autopsy?
Yes.
Not an explanation. Not
No.
an examination,
No,
but an
not at all.
autopsy.
But an autopsy.
All right.
A lot of Chicago listeners are very upset with the Democratic Party. Sometimes they can conflate the federal scene for what's happening locally, but nevertheless, as a party, it was a perfect time for them to express what their complaints were and the criticism that Democrats kind of deserve at this point, and that they need so that they can be better. It's not even that so much that they deserve it, but the criticism that they need to hear so that they can improve their message.
We are in murky territory. So Donald Trump won. Donald Trump has some court issues. Reverend Attorney Wilson, please explain.
So this is the first time in the history of America that we have a president-elect who's a convicted felon. He's been convicted on 34 criminal charges, 34 counts. Every charge is one count, so it seems like he's done a lot of stuff. That's number one, but he also has 4 criminal cases pending. He has 2 federal cases, one was dismissed, and he has 2 state cases, one in Atlanta and in New York. He was sentenced to the case, no, he was charged and convicted in New York, but the judge delayed the sentencing until November 12th, the day after Veterans Day.
After the election.
So what Trump, President-elect Trump, it's hard for me to say that, he has delayed all of these prosecutions. His lawyers are very skillful at just delay. In this instance, President Trump's lawyers delayed, and when they couldn't delay any longer, they appealed.
So what happens? Does he have to serve as president and then go back to court, or does court sentence him and then he goes to the White House?
I think what's going to happen, the sentencing will probably be delayed on November 12th. He cannot be cannot sentence the president even on house arrest. What is he going to do, stay in the White House? So they are not going to sentence him. I believe his lawyers are going to file a notice of appeal.
Representative Ford, you have introduced a bill, 5409. What's that bill say? And you just did it.
We just did it. We actually filed that bill the day after Donald Trump won re-election.
So that would be November 6th?
November 6th.
In Illinois, people with a felony conviction can run for state and federal office, but they can't serve in a local elected position. State Representative LaShawn Ford and Congressman Danny Davis want to change that.
We've been working with our lawyers, and we have realized that there's no need for a constitutional amendment. We can simply pass a bill.
If you have a felony, you served your time, and you are off parole, probation, you could run for local office.
That would be alderman. That would be mayor.
Right.
That would be state rep.
No, just local, because you could run now. as a
Oh, local Chicago, local city.
local statewide. Because believe it or not, a trustee, you can't run for trustee of the village of Maywood, Bellwood, or the mayor of Dixmoor or Harvey with a felony, or Chicago, but you can run for president of the United States.
Okay, so you're trying to bring a little equality,
You know, I think the Democrats should understand this is how we build our tent. You know, there's a lot of people in America, especially in Illinois, that have felonies. And if we can engage them in the process, that's part of what Democrats have to do. We're so elite in the Democratic Party.
Is that why we lost, Kamala Harris lost the election?
I think the Democratic Party is a group of elite people. I'm a West Sider. I'm far from
So
elite.
you're not talking about yourself?
No, not at all. I'm from the West Side, and we keep it real.
If I could add something to that,
Please add something to it.
if I could,
You're like
I
in
think-
another city. It's like I come from over here. Okay.
I think the disconnect is Democrats are really good at governing, but they're not good at campaigning. Right? So there's a disconnect between people's lived realities and perception versus what we would counter with with statistics. So we say crime is down, and we would use FBI stats to say crime is down. But do people feel like crime is down? Do people feel like crime is that they're safe in their neighborhoods? The answer is no. So there's a disconnect. We say, you know, the economy is improving, and we're able to cite these great unemployment numbers. But but when someone says the economy's bad, they're talking about their own personal economy, right? So there's a disconnect where again, Republicans are great at campaigning, horrible at governing. Democrats are great at governing, but in order to get to govern, you have to be able to campaign well. And they didn't do that because they never listened to people for where they really were when they complained about the border, the economy, again, so and crime, those three areas specifically.
We will be right back with more discussion on presidential election. Don't go away.
At ComEd, we understand a little help can really make someone's day. That's why we provide financial assistance and billing options to help you pay and manage your electric bill. Use the ComEd Smart Assistance Manager to discover bill assistance and savings options designed with you in mind.
The future of a community will always depend on the health of its newest members. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is launching its new Special Beginnings program, elevating maternal health care to new levels, including advanced technologies, tools, and personal advocacy teams, ensuring new moms access to the right care at the right time. With each promising newborn, the promise of a brighter future also needs to be delivered. Fortunately, at Blue Cross, being there from the beginning will always be our reason for being.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you up to $500 on your energy bills. With rebates and discounts on energy-efficient products. So you can enjoy coming back to a home full of savings. Visit ComEd.com/home savings.
The future of a community will always depend on the health of its newest members. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is launching its new Special Beginnings program, elevating maternal health care to new levels, including advanced technologies, tools, and personal advocacy teams, ensuring new moms access to the right care at the right time. With each promising newborn, the promise of a brighter future also needs to be delivered. Fortunately, at Blue Cross, being there from the beginning will always be our reason for being.
Just a trim.
Yeah. Yo, it's the Get Covered Illinois Navigator. I need health insurance.
Sure, it's my job to help you find an affordable Get Covered Illinois health plan.
Yeah, but I'm on a lot of medications.
Here, our plans offer essential health benefits like prescription drugs, annual checkups, and you may get financial help. You can call me or visit getcoveredillinois.gov.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
Enroll by December 15th to get coverage starting January 1st.
Indigo Studio, Indigo Studio, Indigo Studio.
We're back. Thank you for being with us. And now we're joined by the emeritus professor, Mr. Bob Starks. Bob, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, Bob, is it true? Do you believe? Did it happen? Did black men vote for Trump in great numbers?
Not in great numbers, but some did. In the 20s.
20%?
Yeah, about
in the
20-something.
20%. Okay.
Less than 20, right?
So why did she lose? Why did Kamala lose? She ran a great campaign, 107 days, $1 billion. Why did she lose?
White men.
White men.
White
but-
men
And white women.
outvoted.
Yeah.
And white women voted for her.
And white women voted.
In
All
great
right, so let
numbers.
me ask this. Here's
And
the question.
she lost on the couch because a lot of people didn't vote. That's the other thing that we
that's
have
a
to
good
factor
point.
in.
Right.
That's what we have to.
Apathy?
That's right. That's the big
Absolutely.
loss.
That's the loss because both of them had fewer votes than were cast in either 2020 or 16.
Biden got more votes than
Then she-
Kamala did.
Exactly.
Because she had less time than Trump or Biden to gear up a campaign.
Well, Trump's been running for 2 years.
He's been running for 3
3
years.
years.
He never stopped when he left the White House. He was still running.
He's been running since January
She had
7th.
7 days?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, here's the $64,000 question. Is America ready for a female president?
No.
No.
I say
not
yes.
This time.
You
No.
say yes.
No.
No.
You know what? If the message is right and the votes are there, we can elect a female president.
Could a female president win in the next election?
No.
If the messaging is right,
So what's the right messaging?
I mean, you got to take what Democrats are known for, helping people, and then adding the Republicans' business model on. You can't just leave people dependent on government. You have to help them get to the next level. I think Democrats fall short at. We could help you with Medicaid. We can help you with SNAP. We can help you with those things, but we have to get people to the next level where they don't have to worry about inflation being so bad. You know, rich people don't worry about inflation.
But women are the majority of the voters, and each and every time we have an election, Hillary could not get white women to vote for her.
She was a bad candidate.
No, she was
She
no
was the
worse
most
than-
qualified.
She was the
Yes,
most
I like
qualified
it.
candidate
Right.
that we had. She was a woman. And sexism is rampant in America. You have white males that are not going to vote for a woman. Black men did vote for her, but at least 20% did not.
Right.
And the question is, how do you
She
get
got a lot of votes.
All right,
She
so
got a lot of
sexism
votes.
is rampant.
And
is
racism.
racism as
Yeah.
rampant?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
All right, so now what should we expect from Donald Trump, new president-elect? What do we expect? We have seen the governor of Illinois say in full force, if you come after my people, you have to come through me.
To anyone who intends to come take away the freedom and opportunity and dignity of Illinoisans, you come for my people, you come through me.
Now, that doesn't sound gubernatorial talk language to me. That sounds like something else. How do you interpret that?
At ComEd, we understand a little help can really make someone's day. That's why we provide financial assistance and billing options to help you pay and manage your electric bill. Use the ComEd Smart Assistance Manager to discover bill assistance and savings options designed with you in mind.
The future of a community will always depend on the health of its newest members. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is launching its new Special Beginnings program, elevating maternal health care to new levels, including advanced technologies, tools, and personal advocacy teams, ensuring new moms access to the right care at the right time. With each promising newborn, the promise of a brighter future also needs to be delivered. Fortunately, at Blue Cross, being there from the beginning will always be our reason for being.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you up to $500 on your energy bills. With rebates and discounts on energy-efficient products. So you can enjoy coming back to a home full of savings. Visit ComEd.com/home savings.
The future of a community will always depend on the health of its newest members. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is launching its new Special Beginnings program, elevating maternal health care to new levels, including advanced technologies, tools, and personal advocacy teams, ensuring new moms access to the right care at the right time. With each promising newborn, the promise of a brighter future also needs to be delivered. Fortunately, at Blue Cross, being there from the beginning will always be our reason for being.
Just a trim.
Yeah. Yo, it's the Get Covered Illinois Navigator. I need health insurance.
Sure, it's my job to help you find an affordable Get Covered Illinois health plan.
Yeah, but I'm on a lot of medications.
Here, our plans offer essential health benefits like prescription drugs, annual checkups, and you may get financial help. You can call me or visit getcoveredillinois.gov.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a seat.
Enroll by December 15th to get coverage starting January 1st.
Indigo Studio. Indigo Studio. Indigo Studio.
What should we expect from Donald Trump, new president-elect? What do we expect? We have seen the governor of Illinois say in full force, if you come after my people, you have to come through me. Now, that doesn't sound gubernatorial talk language to me. That sounds like something else. How do you interpret that?
Well, I think he wants to set up a war and a battle with the president-elect. That's like starting a campaign, right?
Yeah, to run for president.
I'm nervous about two things. I'm nervous about press because for the first time, Washington Post did not endorse.
That's right.
LA Times
did not
endorse, and the editors left. USA Today did not endorse. Did they know something that we don't know? That is most unusual for a newspaper not to endorse. That's part of what a newspaper does.
You know this, I think it's the demise of traditional media. Newspapers don't matter because the generation that will be voting, they don't read the newspaper, they read news on the phone. And I think broadcast media has a problem. Trump won in alternative media.
We also have to bear in mind the billionaire class owning the media.
There you go. That's
right.
it.
So now when you have one central person owning multimedia platforms, that's not good for democracy.
President-elect Trump put up a media outlet for himself.
Through social.
True Social,
Right.
and he communicated exclusively in True Social.
And his stock just went up.
He made $1 billion
Yes, he did.
after he won the election.
So what does that say about
one day.
media? It says something
It
about
says, I think we should buy some of that stock.
He said we need something to stop. That's what it really says. Now, what about the polls? We saw polls every single day. Too close to call. The polls, even when one person was leading, it never got out of the margin of error. It was always too close to this, to that. Do you believe the polls?
Yes.
No.
You do?
No,
I do.
No,
I do.
don't.
I do believe
I
that two
don't.
things can be true at once. Because if you saw, even on election night, Tuesday night, as Trump was ahead in all of those battleground states, he was only ahead 1.5, 2.5 points. All of those races were within the margin of error.
Popular vote.
Right. So it was possible for the race to be tight and yet one of them still win in a blowout.
Well, I don't think those battlegrounds were battlegrounds. I remember when Reverend Jackson ran, and you know this, he went to Appalachia. He talked to the coal miners.
He went to the back of the woods.
Most of America's small towns. It's not Chicago,
They
New
kept her
York.
out of that.
I think it's as simple as Republicans did a better job of turning out their base.
I think how you turn out the base now is different. Knocking on doors, that's good. But I think that's old school. You've got to have this social media. You've got to have TikTok. You've got to have Facebook. You've got to have Instagram. You've got to have this social media going. There's an example. What's the man's name? Podcast guy
Joe Rogan?
that Trump did.
Right.
Do you know what his listenership is? Do you know what his
What
numbers
is
are?
it?
30 million.
Wow.
Right,
It's
right,
30
right.
million.
30 million people,
Right.
and he sat for a 3-hour interview.
And at the end, he said,
Trump
I am
did? Kamala
endorsing.
wouldn't do it.
That's my point.
That's what you got to do.
Well,
Yeah.
you're talking 30 million people. Sit down and let's talk, right?
Right.
That's a tenth of the
So
population.
how do we rebuild, recreate, redo your party?
Well,
Mr.
that's a
Westsider?
good question.
Isn't that good?
You all have so much connection with the people. I got to tell you, we got a problem. We don't get the contracts. We don't get the jobs. That's a problem.
And we don't get the appointments.
And we don't get the appointments.
We spoke earlier about a potential Kamala Harris becoming a Supreme Court justice. When was the last time there's been any conversation about a black male judge being
People
appointed?
are talking about Barack Obama becoming a Supreme Court justice.
And we're also talking about Kamala Harris,
Kamala
possibly.
Harris. Yeah, that's.
So how would that work?
Buchanan and I, we were talking about President right now.
President Biden.
President Biden would ask one of the current justices to resign, and
maybe,
one of them,
maybe Thomas to resign.
right?
Would he do it?
Or
Would he
Sotomayor.
resign?
And then you would appoint
And then
Kamala?
you could, yeah, because what they're saying, Buchanan, is that he still has the Senate, the
He
majority,
has-
so he could get the confirmation.
He has it from
He
now to
cannot
January
make
20th.
him
Right.
Resign.
He can. The president can only nominate. The Senate has to confirm.
Exactly.
And so he'd have to nominate like now.
He could do it if Sotomayor resigns. She says she wants out anyway.
Oh,
Lots
we
of
need her
reports,
on there.
yes.
Wow,
Really?
that
But
could
we
be
put
huge, huh?
Vice President Kamala on in her spot.
Yeah.
But she's the tie vote in the Senate as vice president.
So wait, so let's go back to Trump. So does he have majority in the Congress and a majority in the Senate and the Supreme Court?
He had,
We don't know yet.
The House.
we don't know about we don't have the House yet. He doesn't have the House.
We don't know. We don't know that.
It's
But that
close.
would be a straight line.
If he
No
got-
checks and balances.
No checks and balances.
But you asked a question earlier about the impact of a Trump's presidency. Out of all the things that concern me, the courts, that's my number one concern. The Supreme Court and all of the courts throughout the state.
Why is that so important to you?
Those, no matter what laws are on the books, it can be overturned
By the courts.
by the courts.
And Republicans have been stacking those courts for decades.
They stacked the federal courts, the district courts. That's why Trump doesn't worry about anything happening to him.
Well, my question is, why did the Democrats wait so long to put him in jail, to charge him?
They didn't charge him. That was the first thing.
Why did they wait so
delayed.
long? Right away.
Instead of waiting for the Congress to have hearings, he waited for them to finish hearings. He just drug his feet.
Right in January.
Remember that?
Yes.
Right.
He
Before
could
the
have charged
campaign
him
even
right
started.
then. Yeah, just charge
Because
him.
it wouldn't have been election interference because there's no campaign.
All right, so what do we expect from Trump? What's our real bottom line?
2025.
We got 4 years.
2025.
Any business, any political plan, you've got to have a plan. Project 2025.
It's a plan.
It's a plan. Okay, we may not like it. You might like some of it. You might not like all of it, but it's on paper. Did the Democrats have a plan?
No. Think about this. 2 years from now, I'm thinking we got to look 2 years down the road. We have to change the House and the Senate
Exactly.
so that we can
New
get
election.
new election,
election.
New people.
Midterm.
House and Senate, and we can regain some power. But we have to focus.
Right.
And you have to be able to tell people how to vote down ballot. Most of our people, if they voted at the top, they went home. Because it was.
They didn't vote for the judge.
No, they didn't go down ballot. They didn't even know why it mattered. They just didn't know. The Democrats have to do better education and better communication. The average, talking about we're saving democracy. What does that mean? Lawyers don't even know what that means.
Right.
Do you think, are we really going into an autocratic type government? Is democracy really threatened?
Yes.
I believe in America and all that has been the foundation. I mean, Trump has a lot of power. I think that what we have to do as citizens, Trump is the president. He still needs Congress. We need to put pressure on Congress and the Senate because they have an election that they have to worry about. So Congress people are up every 2 years. Strike fear in them to not vote for certain things. That's where the protest must be right now.
Yep.
In Congress and in the Senate. He's going to have a supermajority, I guess, in the Senate, almost a
Perhaps.
supermajority.
Perhaps.
But still, the pressure's got to go there because there's always going to be senators needing to be reelected, right?
Yep.
Put the pressure on them.
but we had to focus.
Yes.
And the Democratic Party cannot sit back and wait for the next presidential election and do nothing all the way through. We've lost gubernatorial races. We've lost state. We got to focus on the state level as well.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I see on the political landscape. There's something missing. The civil rights voice is missing. The civil rights voice is the message. It has given message. It has given direction. It's been very clear, this way, not that way, because blah, blah, blah. Our civil rights voice has been amiss and absent. And I think it's an issue. I think it's a problem. And I think we gotta get it back. We gotta do something about it.
I think we have suffered from the illusion of progress. And so that voice isn't as strong because we don't think it needs to be, because we think we've made more progress than we have.
Than we really have.
Yep.
Well, I think this year, the next 2 years will allow us to see how bad it can be. Teachers are gonna have to worry about jobs. Students will have greater debt than they've ever had before. Parents will be in greater debt. Just household incomes will not increase. I think that we have to interpret what is happening as it happens. We can't just be silent in the moment and talk in ordinary language.
The other thing I'm worried about Robert Kennedy Jr.
And the
being head of
healthcare.
the health department.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
That's
terrified
scary.
of that.
That's scary.
But that's what Republicans do. They put people who are antithetical to a function in charge of it. We remember Rick Perry was in charge of the EPA, Betsy DeVos in charge of education,
Right.
and now RFK in charge of public health. Again, they put people in those positions to dismantle those things. They do that by design and on purpose. So that's another reason to be cautious about their governing.
I'm terrified with the Project 2025 notion that they're going to eliminate the Department of Education.
That's what I'm talking about. What would this country look like without that? My goodness, it's public education.
But all of the racism that is occurring in public schools, K to 12, we will not be able to go to the U.S. Attorney General and say, in Department of Education, assigned for civil rights.
That's why
we
they want to
won't have
eliminate it.
anybody to go to.
That's why. Not about funding. That's it.
That whole these kids are under major discrimination. It's been on the internet this week.
Yeah.
Threatening children.
Well,
With the text message.
With the
Yeah,
text
the text
Get your
message
stuff in.
Go back to
slavery.
you have been selected to be a
Yes.
slave.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for being with us. I want to thank the late Mr. Robert Starks, Jeanette Wilson, Mr. Buchanan, and Representative Ford. Thanks for being with us and having a political, lively conversation on politics 2024 at the national level. I'm Hermine Hartman with Indigo Studio. Thank you for watching.